Good morning, guys. This is Scuba Chris coming at you. I have whipping rigs, and whipping rigs are my favorite type of rigs. And people ask me, what are whipping rigs? Whipping rigs is a local term that refers to spin casting. Spin casting from shore, from piers, jetties, but basically spin casting. So people ask me, do I just slap on the reel onto the rod? No, there's actually a few things I do. First, you don't have to, you can slap it on, but I had a lot of requests. This is what I do, and the only thing I'm gonna use is, this is 3M light reflective tape, fishing butlers, and you're gonna need some electrical tape. So why do I put on light reflective tape? Well, when you hit it with your head beams at night, it's gonna glow. I mean, it's really gonna stand out. So if you're gonna be setting your rigs up for, like, say, shallow water, bait casting at night, shine your light on the shoreline, you'll see your rod. The configuration will tell you it's yours if you're with other people. Now, if you're whipping, which is spin casting, I put it on because it's easier to see when you're working, when you lay the rod down, because you have to use the bathroom to eat and come back. You want to find it at night. Sometimes it's very hard. Shine your light around. Wow, it reflects off of this tape. It is your trademark. I've been doing this for years, especially when I go with friends. It's easier to do your system like this. And it does look kind of nice even during the daytime, because I'm putting, the rod is black, so I'm putting white reflective tape on it. This tape here is very special. It's 3M, very thick. For years, it doesn't come off of my rods. Only one place I found that sells this is Brian's Fishing Supply. He said that, as far as he knows, he's one of the only people that have this, because he brought it in specially. It was made by 3M, and I'll put the link at the bottom if you read the description on how to get it. For my beefier whipping rigs, I prefer to use the Rockaways. This is the 12-footer. I really like the Rockaways because it can hold up to strong hits. And when I tried the other type of whipping rods they had, which is the Minpachi rods, the Minpachi rods are good. They're more of a finesse rod. I really like it, especially at night. But if you in an area where you're gonna have some medium to large fish mingled in, I think you're gonna like the Rockaway. It's a very, very versatile rod. And I also use it for bait casting. You know something, guys? Functionality and appearance means a lot to me. It means a lot to you too. You spend all this money on your gear, you have pride in your equipment, you want it to look nice, and you want it to feel good, and you want it to work. So trust me, when I make my setup, I put the tape on. This is the way I do it. You don't have to, but that's the way I do it. Now we're gonna put the reel on. The reel I've chosen is gonna be the new Azores. These are the blue Azores. So what I do, okay, put it on my VLC guide. Now, you know, a lot of times when you are spin casting, or you are bait casting, you're finding a fish, sometimes because of all the vibration, or because your hands are wet and maybe covered with baseline, this has a tendency to work down, right? It's mostly from the vibration, but having wet hands gets to be a problem because you have to keep tightening this up in between your cranking. So what I do is I go beyond finger tight to wrist tight. You'll know what I mean. You just kind of cinch down, but not too hard, until it's very, very snug, like that. Then I get some electrical tape. And what I do is just over here where the knob is, right there. I start my tape wrap there. See that? See what I'm doing? I'm starting the tape wrap there. And I'm just going to take a couple wraps, coming down into the threaded area. Once you get to the threaded area, I make one even wrap like that. Cut the tape. Now, the reason why I do this is because it is now set. I mean, no matter what I'm doing, if I can be whipping all day, all night, and this will never back off. You don't have to do this, but I do this because it is a problem, because I tend to go all day and all night, okay? So I just got my line put on by Charlie's Fishing Supply here in town. Since I don't have a machine that puts line on, I let the experts do it, because then you get a nice even lay, because I hate putting the washers in and trying to do it myself. I mean, for just a couple dollars difference, it's worth it. And when I put the reel on, the spool, I make sure that it's fairly loose. You don't want to tighten it and keep it stored tight, and you want it fairly loose, like so. And when you buy your Okuma Azores, it comes with the line band, so that it's kind of a nice thing. And when you put your handle on, make sure that you put it on counterclockwise, okay? I know most things, see, counterclockwise. Now, most things that we used to do, like, you know, jars, almost everything, you have to go clockwise. But when you're reeling in the fish, you're reeling in the fish clockwise. And because of that, you have to put the reel on counterclockwise, like that. Tighten it just a little bit. There you go. That's how I put it together. Now I'll finish everything off with a pair of fishing butlers. These are really, really great, simple innovations. So what that does, it keeps your 2 or 3 piece rod set together. Loop it over. Let me get this a little bit closer. Loop it over. Just pull that, not too tight, because you don't want to crush the blank, and that's it. So you see this little knob here? Stick your fingernail in it, pull it up to release it. Okay, it's right there. See that? So when you cinch down, cinch down. This little knob here, you pull it up, and when you pull it up, the bungee line comes back out. So what this is how I store everything. Look at that. All my gear, my trolling gear for my boat, my shore casting gear, everything is stored in this way. This is a great system, and this is what I use. And this is to answer a few questions, because I've been getting some questions on how I do my rigs and how I store it. Thanks, guys.